Okay, the risk. Is this dangerous? Go ahead. Some people say, isn't, you go ahead and fill out the page here. They say, isn't this a a constitutional convention? It is not. The opponents of Article 5 use this statement to imply that this will be like the 1787 gathering that gave our Constitution. And even that was not a runaway convention, contrary to popular belief. They did not go outside the scope of their authority. But we're told that that's what happened, that they were only supposed to amend the Articles of Confederation, and they just ran off and we got our Constitution. The source of authority for the Philadelphia Convention was the residual power of the sovereign states. It was not pursuant to the Articles of Confederation. They were like independent countries, and the power came from the states. The source of authority for Article 5 is the Constitution itself. That's the difference. And it is limited to proposing amendments to the Constitution we already have. It is not empowered to write a new Constitution. Go ahead. A convention called Article 5 of our Constitution is not even called a Constitutional Convention. It's a convention for proposing amendments. So this is a straw man argument. They argue against a Constitutional Convention, which that's not what we're asking for to begin with. Next slide. There's also a notion out there, you know, how will this operate? We have no rules, there's nothing, that's not true. Since the states have met in convention 33 times, including the convention that resulted in the Colorado River Basin Compact in 1922. There is a clear precedent for how these meetings work, and they have worked the same way every time they've used this. Go ahead, Greg. How will this operate? They say, well, the big states will just dominate this. No, this is a convention of states. It's not a convention of delegates or commissioners. Voting is always one state, one vote. And that's one of the reasons it does not specify how many delegates can be sent from a state. You know, I guess Arkansas could send 50 delegates if they wanted to pay for them. You still only get one vote. So our vote in Arkansas is going to carry just as much weight as California, New York, Texas, and that's one of the safeguards in this. There have been over 400 Article 5 applications filed since 789, but we haven't had an Article 5 convention recently. Why? The topics didn't match. The topic is integral to the application. You are sending in an application to accomplish this, and you cannot go outside the scope of what it is you say you're going to do. Go ahead. Ego. The states vote on the application for the subject. This is the subject they want considered. States are sending commissioners with instructions to consider these topics. They don't want other topics considered. And they can actually recall a delegate that tries to go outside the boundaries. Several states are passing laws that actually charge them with a crime if they go outside. It's called faithful delegate legislation. There's going to be one introduced here in Arkansas. But in some states like Indiana, it's a felony. It's a felony if you do this. Keep going. Go ahead. People are afraid Congress will control it. Well, the whole point of this method was to bypass Congress. It doesn't make sense logically. Congress already has in the Constitution a way that it can propose amendments, which it completely controls until it goes out for ratification. Why would you have another one that did the same thing? Keep going. The framers did not give Congress control over both methods, and Brent gave you kind of a little history of how this got added. And it's specifically to go around Congress and allow the people to exert control over the federal government. Go ahead. Keep going. Congress' role is to issue the formal call, set the date and time, and then they can choose between the two methods of state ratification that are included in the Constitution. That's it. They have no other role. The President has no role. The Supreme Court has no role. It is a convention of the states, and they are in control of it. Go ahead. There are lots of safeguards built into it. The topics specified in the application, proposals outside the scope could be ruled out of order. And this happened. We had a simulated convention in Williamsburg in, I believe it was August or September. Had 150 delegates from 50 states, and they had 2 days of convention where they went through the process, and that's the way it worked. There was a delegate, I think it was from one of the northeastern states, that made a proposal to do something. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't within the scope, and the chair just said, "You're out of order," and he went on. So if they propose something at the convention that's outside the scope, any single delegate can call for a ruling from the chair, and the chair doesn't even have to have that. They can just rule it out of order. State legislators can recall faithless commissioners who exceed their commission. They can immediately remove them and replace them with someone else. And then under agency law, and that's what governs this, any action by the commissioners outside the scope of their commission is void. So even if the chair didn't rule them out of order, even if they all voted on this thing, according to agency law, it's void because it's outside the scope of the application. And of course, the most effective safeguard is any proposed amendment must be ratified by 38 states. That means it takes 13 states to block it. And really, it doesn't even take both parties of both. You know, if the House in Arkansas passes it and the Senate doesn't, which happened last time, it's dead. So out of the 99 bodies in America, Nebraska has one body. They don't have a House and a Senate, they have one. 13 from different states can stop anything done in its tracks. Go ahead.